The other thing is give cheerfully. In 2 Corinthians 9:7, he says, each man should give what he has decided in his heart to give, not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. If you can't give cheerfully, don't do it, okay? God doesn't need your money or time or energy. He invites us to get involved with his plans, okay? But what an act of worship, though. If we understand that offer, we will be thrilled to give. Don't compare, all right? Don't compare. Don't look at the tithe envelopes in there, or look at and see how much other people are giving in the offering plate. You know, it's 2 Corinthians 8:12. He reminds us, for if the willingness is there, the gift is acceptable according to what one has, not according to what he does not have. So don't feel guilty if you can't give as much as someone else. Give whatever you can and be glad to give it. God's going to bless that part. Then give something you value. In most cases, we give money because it can be distributed to meet needs very easily. But we can also give other things like our time, our energy, and possessions. I know one lady, David says, who selects something she values from her home a couple of times a year and gives these things away. She gets great satisfaction in seeing the joy on someone's face who gets these treasures. I just love to see the faces of the children in Nicaragua when we were able to give them some like soccer balls or frisbees or things like that. They just loved it, you know, and it's awesome. David also talks about a time when his sister went to serve at a homeless shelter, and she came back without her jacket. Her mom said, "Where is your brand new jacket?" She said, "Mom, there was one lady there who she doesn't have a jacket." And so, you know what? She gave that jacket to her, and David's mom looked at her and said, "You know, I'm proud of you for giving generously." So give something that's of value, all right? Any of us can give away broken little things, you know, because it doesn't mean much to us, right? Hey, give something that means something. That's what God did when he gave his only son for us. Just as God freely gave his gift of grace, that's the example we should follow, right? Think about when you give something anonymously. Man, that's what's awesome. When you do something little for somebody and they don't even know you did it. I love trying to think of things to do for people that you know, it never points back to that I did it. Think about that. That can be a lot of fun when you think about some things like that. Here's a verse that I'm going to end with, Luke 12:15. He says, "Watch out, be on your guard against all kinds of greed. A man's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions." That's the thing. You never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. You can't take it with you. So why just go through the rat race of keeping on just accumulating things? You know what? Live to give, not to get. As you go to your journaling time, think about, number one, what you have as compared to someone in another country, like Russia, Brazil, or Ethiopia. Are you wealthy? Why or why not? Think about Nicaragua, too. Are you wealthy? Why or why not? What are your resources to give? Money, allowance, savings, earnings of any kind? How about your time, energy, possessions? Think of those. What are some resources to give that you can give? Number 3, give yourself a progress report on how you give. Number 1, do you give generously? Number 2, do you give cheerfully? Number 3, do you give not comparing your giving to what others can give? Number 4, do you give something you value highly? Think about those areas. Question number 4, of the reasons to give we've listed, which ones motivate you to give? Explain. Number 5, in what ways is giving a heart attitude, and in what way is it a habit? Again, in what ways is giving a heart attitude, and in what ways is it a habit? Number 6, read 2 Corinthians chapter 8 and chapter 9. Write out your plan of how you're going to give. Lastly, read Matthew 6, 1 through 4. Think about these verses and use them as a guide as you pray. Write down Psalm 91, 1 through 3, 3 times to help you memorize it. Hope this helps you guys hold things loosely and don't hold them so tight. That's day 30.